Welcome back to Skill Up with Stan channel. In this session of PowerShell in the month of lunches, today we'll discuss about PowerShell switch parameters. So I think both experienced administrators and script writers, and as well as the infrastructure admin Intel team or the Linux team who are new to scripting or who are new to Microsoft technologies can benefit from PowerShell switch parameters. So when I say PowerShell switch parameters, the most commonly used are these two, the what if switch parameter and the confirm parameter. There are other parameters like validate only switches, but then those are specific to some specific products like Active Directory, Exchange, and some specific use cases. But most of the scripts or most of the functions that you write will have these two switch statements or switch parameters utilized in your command. Okay, so when you want to do some changes or if you want to modify any objects, and these two switches, the what if and the confirm, they will come in handy. Okay, for example, if you want to test some complicated script without risking the code running amok, you can go and use these two switches. So this can safeguard from doing any impact or without risking your environment or without risking any damage. You can use these two switches along with your PowerShell commands or along with your as part of your PowerShell code or as part of your PowerShell script. Okay, this will help you to kind of help you to kind of safely play around with the code and scripts and command. Okay, it is a best practice as well. It is recommended that we use what if and confirm switch parameters when working with commands that modify the system state. For example, if you want to stop something or if you want to delete something or if you want to configure something, then it's a good practice to use these two switches. Maybe I'll take some notes here so that you guys can refer this or follow it. So primarily I'm going to talk about what if and hyphen confirm switch parameters in PowerShell. And this is mainly used when we are working with commands that modify or change the system state. Any state, like it can be a particular process or it can be a particular service or a specific object in Active Directory or whatever, right? So it can be anything. So they are very useful. They are very commonly used in most of the functions, code and script. And so in simple, when you want to modify something, make sure that you include these two switch parameters in your code. Okay, for example, when we say what if, okay, so what if displays what would be affected and what changes would be made to the objects without worrying the modifying the object. See, for example, I have I'll just log into my PowerShell here. Okay, I can open up the PowerShell, or else I can just go to some of the sample folders here. I've got a sample folder called Skill Up, and here I got Stan. And if I want to switch, I can just say the directory. I can switch to the D directory and then go to Skill Up and then so on, right? And you can change directly to Stan. Or else what you can do is you can directly type in PowerShell from this particular folder location. It will automatically open up the PowerShell in that specific path, in that specific folder path. Okay, that's one another trick to get inside the path directly. For example, if I want to test out some changes, like for example, if I want to get the child item, or if I want to remove something, for example, let me try the remove item command. I want to remove all the text files within this particular directory. And if I say that, it will directly go and ask me whether I want to delete it or whether I want to do a recursive cleanup and so on. If I say what if, it will tell me that it is going to remove these two files which are part of that particular directory. Okay, so that's the beauty of what if command. So what if command at the end of the, I mean, when you use it as a switch parameter at the end of the command, we are saying to PowerShell, just test it, don't actually make any permanent changes. So because like there could be any serious consequences when you execute something like delete command or remove command like this. So it's always good to have um, so yeah, so you can also complicate this concept a little bit and then get to understand it. I'll tell you something here. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. Not all the commands will give you what if. So the commands which will have what if, that should be applicable to some simulation, or it's more of a read-only command. So no action is performed here. There is no write, there is no impact. It's useful for simulating what is going to happen if I execute this command. It is simulating and telling me if I execute this, what if? So this is going to perform the removal of these two files. So that's the takeaway here. Okay, both the switch parameters that we talk about, what if and the confirm, both are very useful, and these are all when you have to use it when you modify something. Okay, so confirm will stop processing before any changes are made to that object. Meaning, so it will ask you whether you want to do it, whether you want to confirm, whether you want to go ahead and complete that activity. Okay, so confirm will stop the processing before any changes are made to the specific object. Either it is a file or folder, or it's a process, or it's a ID user, or whatever. But what if it only displays the objects, and it will simulate and tell you what would be affected, whether this file will be removed or whether these kind of set of users will be deleted, and so on. Okay, I'll take this to one more step ahead. See, if I go to my PowerShell ISE, it will be very simple. See, if I go and say get hyphen AD user, let's see what kind of switches I have here. Okay, if I say hyphen, it gives me all the parameters that I can enter possibly. If I say W, it says only warning action and warning variable. These are the two switches that are available because of the command that starts with get. See, if I just change this to set, let's see what happens here. See, it automatically brings me the option of what if and the other options here. So what if is generally part of your uh, commands that will go and modify something. So let me show you some other interesting examples here. So let's do one thing. So I'll show you what are the different automation switch parameters that we can use. Let me see if this command works here. One second. System management automation CMD let, and I just want to get only the optional common parameters. I just want to get the list of this. See, these are the three. That's what these are the three switch parameters that generally is applicable across all the system management automation activities. You can use either confirm or what if, or use it just for transaction. Okay, so you can use these three switch parameters. So let me try to filter down the commands that has got the switch parameter what if. So let me use this command. So get hyphen command. I'm just trying to fetch the list of command that has the parameter name what if. Okay, see all these commands you can easily identify. This will make some action: clear, add, complete, debug, disable, disconnect, creating a new file, creating something new, removing something. So all these are modifying something. So when you are talking about what if switch, so these are corresponding to, or these are applicable only to the commands that have got something to modify. Okay, so that's the thing. So let me try to filter down. Let's see if I can try, and I'll just clear the screen here. Let me try to, okay, so here we have got the get command. Okay, let me do it this way. Parameter, okay, get command. I just want to filter the script where object and I'll just filter the script here. Okay, I just want to bring down the parameter keys that has got what if. Parameters keys hyphen if it contains what if, just list me that. Sorry, I think I made some mistake here. Let me give it a control C and then find out. Okay, I just filter the script. I want to I'm missing the stored variable here. See, when I use some pipeline T object in between here, so I have to get the command first and then I have to store it in a stored procedure. See here, I'm missing this dollar. Okay, let's see. I'll store it and find out which ones has got the perfect. Okay, so it says parameters keys. Okay. Okay, looks like interesting. It is not turning out any kind of but again, this one should be very straightforward. We don't have to complicate this thing. So I've got all the commands that has got um, the actions here. See, if I want to filter it only with the verb, okay, so I want to find out what are the verb like set, stop, start. I can just do one thing. I can get the command. I can just go and do it this way. I want to get the command that has got the parameter name, what if, and then I can just say only the verbs I need, and I want to sort those unique names. Okay, I want to filter or sort the unique names that will come as an output. Okay, let's see. See, this is what I've got. Add, clear, complete, connect. So all these verbs will definitely have the what if parameter. Okay, so switch parameter is applicable. So then now let's talk about the confirm thing. So confirm is actually going to take a confirmation from us before proceeding with making any changes to the system. Okay, let's do this. So instead of what if, I'm just going to run the same command. It is going to tell me whether I want to really go and remove this. So if I go and perform this action, it will go and delete this file, and then based on the confirmation, it will go and remove the next file also. So there are some important things that you might need to know a little later, but not now, because when we talk about modules and the complete script, in a particular module or function or a script, we generally use something called confirm preference. Okay, by default, in all the systems, the confirm preference by default is high. So there are 4 different confirm preferences: high, low, medium, and none. Okay, so this is to ensure that what kind of confirmation is expected when we go and execute some functions or script or code. Okay, by default, it is high. So you can change it to low, medium, or none, so that it can act upon your function or the code based on your preferences. So, so as I told you, so let's now see what are the different commands that has got the. Okay, let's do here. I just want to do the same command, but then I want to do it for confirmation. Okay, instead of what if, I want to get the command that corresponds to confirm. See, it is almost the exact same thing. So whenever you want to modify something, so these are the commandlets, or these are the following verb. Okay, these many verbs are there, which actually will go and modify something to your object, or modify something to your system state. So the confirm switch and the what if switch are applicable only when you are going to modify something. The confirm switch instructs the command to which it is applied to stop processing before any changes are made. The command then prompts you to acknowledge each action before it continues. See, it asks me whether I'm good to go ahead and delete this file, or what is the decision that we have made. Okay, so you have to go and acknowledge whether you want to go and so yes, the first option Y, if you press Y, it will instruct the command to continue the operation. The next operation will present another confirmation prompt because we have got one more file here. So file 1, it will ask for file 2, and then it will close off. If you say yes to all, if you press A, the current operation, which is for this file, and the subsequent operations will continue and complete it. So you will not receive additional confirmation if you press A here. Okay, if you press Y, so it will you are confirming that you are good to go and delete the file 1, but then not the file 2. But then if you press A here, it is confirming all the upcoming operations also. So if you type no, you are saying that you have to skip that particular command or that particular operation. So file 1 you don't want to remove, but then it will continue with the next operation. So next operation will present another confirmation prompt for the next file and the next subsequent object. So if you type L, that means no to all. You are instructing the command to skip the operation and then go ahead and complete the command. The next option is interesting. Yes, this is for suspend. So if you're typing yes, you're asking this command to pause the current pipeline, and then you want it returns to the command line. And if you type exit, it will resume the pipeline. Okay, so that's the beauty of suspension. So suspension is there as part of your PowerShell commandlet. So as usual, the last one is the question mark, which is nothing but your help. So you can go ahead and get the help using that particular question mark command. So these are the switches, or these are the options that you get when you go and when you go and perform a confirmation. Okay, so let's talk about one more important thing. Okay, I think you can also give the preferences here for your what if, and then see, by default the what if preferences false in all the system. By default the confirm preference is high. Okay, so this is the two different preferences that is set by default, and if you want to override this, okay, you need to go and explicitly call out. For example, if I want to reduce the preference of what if, or if I want to reduce the preference of confirm preferences, I can go and change it. See, for example, let me go and change it to medium or low or high. So let's talk about medium now. So if I go and call out the confirm preference, it is now changed to medium. Before it was high. So you can change it, okay, but there is a very important thing that when you go and write a function, so you need to call out this confirm preferences within the function also. See, if the system default confirm preference is higher than the module preference, then the module preference will take higher precedence. It will prompt you. See, for example, if I have mentioned high in my system default confirm preference, and if I mentioned medium in my script or the module function, then it will go ahead and execute the activity without asking for our confirmation, because the system preference is little more higher than what you have mentioned in the script. But if then your script has got a higher preference and your system has got medium preference, then the function will ask you for more details. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, and let me see. I thought this command will work, but then I'll try to see if I can make it work. Okay, just give me a second. I'll try the command again. I want to get the command where the filter, the script parameters, and I want to go and with the stored parameters keys that contains what if. Let's see this should work, or if I'll I'll just close it off. Okay, perfect. It works. Okay. So if I want to format the table, I can format the table and just get um, only the commands that I've got here. So here you can see there are a lot of commandlets and a lot of functions that are available for my what if. Similarly, you can go and filter that what has got the confirm switches also. So let me do one thing. So here I want to filter the list of commands that has got confirm. Sorry guys, let me just try it again. Okay, perfect. So I almost it's the same list of commandlets that you will get. Okay, so when we discuss the module topic, I'll give you an example on how to cross-reference this and then check against how we can um, have different confirm preferences and how you can execute it safely. Okay, so even what you can do is like, let me try this command one more time. So if I want to specifically restart a particular command or a particular service or a particular processes, okay, I can just go and say I want to restart the bit server, a bit service, the background intelligent transfer service, and I'm just saying don't ask for confirmation. Go ahead and do this. Okay, I have typed there's a typo here. Restart, hyphen bits, hyphen confirm. Okay, there is a typo here. One more typo is there. Okay, perfect. So it did not ask for confirmation. It went ahead and restarted because the confirmation I mentioned false. But then if I'm mentioning it as true, then it will prompt for the confirmation before going ahead and restarting my service, the bits background intelligent transfer service. So you have a lot of uh, unattended things that you can do. If you don't want to input something, you can just go and confirm using this hyphen confirm colon dollar true or false, and it will directly take you to execute the command. So I mean these things like you get to understand by experience. Okay, let me try to do one more level of filtering here so that you get to have a proper list. I want to format the table just by the name. Okay, let me see. I want to format the table only by the name. Yeah, perfect. I've just got only the commands that that are applicable to what if and confirm. See, remove event log, remove drive, set item, restart system, restart service, and then rename something, okay, suspend something. So anything that modifies a particular object or a particular system state, the what if and confirm are a very useful option that you can use as a switch parameter. So these two commandlets, they come in very handy, and it's a very important practice, or it's a best practice to use them wherever possible. Okay, so and you can also do some more small examples, and let me see if I can give one more important point. I think we already talked about the confirm colon false, right? Yeah. So these are the two switch parameters, okay, that are most used in the scripts and when you go and write some functions, okay, and you have to be having a very clear understanding. To summarize, okay, so these two are very useful, and what if is something like it displays only the object that would be affected and what changes would be made to that specific object. You need not worry about modifying those and getting into trouble. Okay, it will only give the what if answer. And confirm, this is little tricky, but then it is again going to prompt you whether you want to make the changes before you want to restart, or before you want to do some changes. So the confirm parameter is very common, and it will ask the user whether that action can be performed, and this gives you an option to go and perform it after providing your confirmation. Okay, so these are the two important switch parameters everyone should be aware of. Thank you for listening.